Hey there, it's Zoe. It's time for another Night Bunny newsletter. So, if June is considered Pride Month, I've heard a lot of people say that July is Wrath Month. And I do think it's important to recognize that there are no negative feelings. They're just feelings. And it's important to honor and recognize your feelings and channel them into actions that you feel like are constructive for you personally. All right, yeah, sound good. So, yes, on that note, in terms of channeling energy, a lot of times people would ask me about my designs and where to find out about them, and I didn't have a good answer for that. So I built one. I changed my website into a more catalog sort of format where it lists all my designs as well as their current status and where you can find more information on them, if there's a print to play, if it's on BGG. And so that's all on my website now. And I've got a nice CVS format so I can update easily. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of it. Next thing is that I'm still doing my prototyping sessions for Screentop GG. I recently did a video with Phil, prototyping his game Yard Sale Fail into Screentop. And if you'd like to check that out, it's right around right there. So, yes, so what we did with this one, because he wasn't comfortable streaming it live, is that we recorded offline, and then afterwards, he was like, "Yeah, I'm comfortable with that." So, if you're not comfortable with being broadcasted live while we prototype, we could record it offline, and then if you're comfortable, we'll put it up on the internet. Okay, sound cool? So if you're interested in those prototyping sessions, you can find the link right somewhere around here. Okay? Alright, cool. Let's get into the game updates. It was a very bureaucratic month for me. Closer. So this was submitted to the board game design workshop, and I'm pretty happy with how it went, all things considered. It's not like a traditionally fun game, so I'm happy with the sort of relative feedback that we got on it. And we didn't do a whole lot of playtesting. Personally, I had a lot of mom issues happening, so I didn't get a chance to do much iterating before creating a rules folio for the GenCant deadline. So that's been completed. I'm going to be taking a break from this design. It's personally very emotionally draining, and I get the feeling people are not interested in the experience that's being offered here. To be very clear, I'm not giving up on it. I'm just going to be prioritizing my other work. Speaking of opacity, I decided I want to try speed pitching this at Unpub. The game has a lot of moving parts with the different card specific rules that get into Parliament and the legacy-ish element. So I feel like this game would really benefit tremendously from having a publisher that could do some real solid game development on it. More than the kind of development I could do at playtest swaps. No offense, they're amazing, but there's limited development. There's a lot of design stuff you could hammer out, but development is trickier in that sort of scope. So I'm really hoping I can get a publisher pick that up. In preparation for that, I've updated the rule book, I've updated the sales sheet, I've updated the print and play on itch.io, and I've even created a updated Sizzle Vid right there. So yeah, check out all these things. I'm going to have links to them all down there. And yeah, that was a whole lot of stuff I had to prepare for that. Unraveled. So this is where a lot of my design work was focused. It's approaching something that I feel is stable. I've sort of off-shifted a lot of the card complexity to the conspirator. So whenever the sleuths examine, the conspirator gets to prepare cards from their hand. This is sort of in lieu of the discarding. Now they're put into a pile where it's prepared, and this serves as ammo for their card effects. So normally the conspirator plays the cards and there's no particular effect that happens, but by spending prepared cards, the conspirator could activate the specific evidence effects. And since the conspirator is only going to have access to a handful of these at a time, I feel a bit more emboldened to give them wonky effects. My favorite right now is that the conspirator could force the sleuths to change loyalties mid-game, which could have the consequence of forcing a sleuth to become loyal to them, or perhaps even like push somebody who was convinced that they were loyal to now suddenly have to like reassess their situation. So I think there's a lot of fun with that. Um, the one issue that I'm trying to figure out is that there's this sort of social pacing problem. Like, mechanically speaking, the sleuths have full control over the pace of the game. They could stop the conspirator whenever they want. But socially, they're feeling like they can't or shouldn't. So the conspirator is put in this position where they feel like they could get away with just spamming the evidence and then rushing to a victory. But sleuths have all the tools to stop that. So I'm working on some ideas. I have an idea where the magnifying glass card that's used to stop things is bigger and is put like directly on top of the deck. So there's like more of that physicality. It's a thing that needs testing. Like these social things are weird. Um, but in addition to that, I got some great feedback on some graphic design ideas. So I've added these sort of sub icons that go like underneath the primary icon that sort of breaks down the makeup of the different traits and their like variants. And so a bonus side effect of this is now that the link cards and also the loyalties are also a lot clearer because now there's like a direct symbol for each variant. Yep, that's it. As always, these vlogs, these updates are entirely for you. So if there's something that you would like to hear more about, you have any feedback, like I love feedback, okay? I'll take feedback whenever. Just let me know. You could DM me, you could put it in the comments, whatever works for you. Thank you. You have a nice day.